Hello, my vampiric cupcakes, and welcome to Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. We're starting a new LP a little early. I know there's other stuff going on my channel, but I wanted to get started with this because it is October, and that's the spooky month of the year. And additionally, Vampire the Masquerade 2 is going to be coming out in March 2020. I think that's the current release date. I have that game pre-ordered. I don't normally pre-order games. It's really uncommon for me to do so unless I'm super excited for it, and Bloodlines 2 is definitely one of those games we've been waiting. I think Bloodlines, this game came out in 2001, so we've been waiting about 18 years for that game to come out, and I'm excited for it, in all honesty. Now, for this playthrough, there's a couple things I'm going to be doing. I don't think I want to just go through, have this episode be what I'm doing. So let me just start a new game here. And I'm going to just create my clan through the character sheet. I'm not going to answer the questions. Now, I do have the unofficial patch in here, but I'm not going to be using the plus patch, which unlocks the, I think it's histories. We're not going to be doing that. That is not actually balanced because it was never added. It's hidden content, so we're not going to be doing that. I'm going to be playing the vanilla version with nothing additional added or subtracted. The plus patch helps deal with some weird breaking issues. The game can just stop working and crash, and the plus patch helps take care of that. Okay, let's talk about the clans really fast here. There are 3 paths through this game. You've got the Nosferatu, who are ugly creatures that can't go out in public, and this is the stealth route. I'm not going to be playing the Nosferatu. I don't find it fun to play a stealthy character in this particular game, so if you want to play a Nosferatu, that's fine, but I'm not going to be covering them in this Let's Play. There is one quest that you can only get if you are a Nosferatu, and I'm just not going to be doing it. It's not worth the I think it's either 1 or 2 XP. It's not worth playing through the Nosferatu as far as I'm concerned. It is interesting because characters obviously see you as ugly and you don't have any seduction and you're just hideous, but I just don't find it fun. I'm hoping maybe they improve on that in Bloodlines 2. Now, the Malkavian is the other quest line that's kind of different. They are insane. This is the best way to put it. They go crazy when they go through their change. Oh, that's great. And they're able to tap into essentially a cloud where every Malkavian's knowledge goes into. And because of that, they actually, every dialogue line of theirs is changed. And that's fine, except for they are privy to information that other clans are not, so they can break the 4th wall. We do that a couple times. They actually know things that nobody else knows and that you can't find out in the game unless you're playing a Malkavian. And they also tend to spoil what's going to happen before it happens. And that happens a lot. They call people out on their crap all the time. I want to play the Malkavians alongside the other normal route, which is all the other clans, and I'm going to be putting their text at the end of the episode. So we'll go through the episode normally, and then at the end I will have all the Malkavian conversations, so you guys can kind of see the difference, especially the interesting ones that I will point out, where they call out things or see things that the other clans don't have. When it comes to the other clans, I'm not going to really break them down too much. I'm going to be playing the Tremere in this particular Let's Play. Now, the Tremere are, they use magic, and because of that, they actually are very, very powerful when it comes to fighting. I know that seems kind of weird, but they are. Just trust me on this. The other ones, the Ventrue are high-class society people, so they have a lot of, I don't know, they can basically use their voice to do a lot. The Toreador are beautiful artists. They are considered some of the most beautiful of the vampires. I don't really care. They don't really have anything. They're more human than any of the other vampires. The Bruja are your typical, I want to call them gangsters is kind of what they kind of make them out to be, but honestly not anything special. Also, the Gangrel are the beasts within, so they usually have some sort of shape-shifting, and then in the pen and paper RPG, they actually generally have like ears or a tail, or their legs are different because they have succumbed to the beast a little bit. But we're going to be playing as the Tremere. Okay, so we've got our sheet actually. So if you've played an RPG, pen and paper RPG, this may look very similar to that. A lot of games of this time period had this skill sheet. I'm going to be putting some points into things so I can get some specific ratings here. I'm looking for a research of 3. I'm looking for a melee of 2 and a brawl of 2. I think some of the stuff is already... You know what? Let me just put everything where I need it and I'll be right back. Okay, so just want to show this off. I have no idea where the music went. That is just fantastic. What I've done is I've thrown some points in here. The first thing is I want my research to be at 3 minimum. We need that for reading books. So there's that. I want my stealth setting here to be at 0. I don't want to have any skill points in there. For hacking, I would actually prefer it to be at 0, but I can't drop it any because this is where we start at. That's okay. You will get books later, and that will all be, and whether or not you'll be able to read them will be determined by your skill points here. For firearms here, I want that to be at 0. For my dodge, where's my dodge? There it is right here. I want that to be at 0. I want my brawl to be at 2 and my melee to be at 2 as well. So this will be able, like a kind of a power leveling thing. I'm not going to be too worried about it, but it is something that I want to do. Now we have some various disciplines here. So we've got Auspex, which allows you to see the auras of those around you. We've got Dominate, which allows you to, there's a variety of different ones because depending on what level you are. Our current one, we put our target into a deep trance. And then we have Thaumaturgy. I can't actually pronounce this. I've tried to do this, tried to pronounce this on my own, and I trip over it every single time. But this one allows us to shoot a projectile at our victim. The other one, actually the one I'm going to be taking, is the Blood Purge, which makes your enemies become violently ill. Yeah, and it does actually affect supernatural foes, which is why I want to take it. And let's get going into the story. I'm just going to go, I usually go by Nicole. I'm going to go by Caffeine this time around. Let's start the story.
I want to show you something.
Good evening. My fellow Kindred, my apologies for disrupting any business or interfering with prior engagements you may have had this evening. It's unfortunate that the affair that gathers us together tonight is a troubling one. We are here because the laws that bind our society, the laws that are the fabric of our existence, have been broken. As Prince, I am within my rights to grant or deny the kindred of this city the privilege of siring. Many of you have come to me seeking permission, and I have endorsed some of these requests. However, the accused that sits before you tonight was not refused permission. Indeed, my permission was never sought at all. They were caught shortly after the embrace of this child. It pains me to announce the sentence, as up to tonight I considered the accused a loyal and upstanding member of our organization. But as some of you may know, the penalty for this transgression is death. Know that I am no more adjudicator than I am a servant to the law that governs us all. Let tonight's proceedings serve as a reminder to our community that we must adhere to the code that binds our society. lest we endanger all of our blood. Forgive me. Let the penalty commence. Which leads to the fate of the ill-begotten progeny. Without a sire, most childer are doomed to walk the earth never knowing their place, their responsibility, and most importantly, the laws they must obey. Therefore, I have decided that...
This is bullshit!
If Mr. Rodriguez would let me finish. I have decided to let this kindred live. They shall be instructed in the ways of our kind and be granted the same rights. Let no one say I am unsympathetic to the plights and causes of this community. I thank you all for attending these proceedings, and I hope their significance is not lost. Good evening. Your sire, tragic, my apologies. But you see, there is a strict code of conduct that all of us must adhere to if we wish to survive. When anyone breaks these laws, they undermine the well-worn fabric of our centuries-old society. Understand my predicament. Allowing you to live makes me directly responsible for your subsequent behavior. So, what I'm offering is not generosity, but the opportunity to transcend the fate woven by your sire. This is your trial. You will be brought to Santa Monica. There you will meet an agent by the name of Mercurio. He will provide the details of your labor. I've shown you great clemency. Prove it was more than a wasted gesture, fledgling. Don't come back until you do. Good evening.
Okay, well, that was something. So essentially we have been turned into a vampire, and that's pretty much all that we've been given. That's the only information we have about our current place in life. Now, I should mention something real quick here as I'm looking around this little area. First of all, this game is dark, and I mean physically dark, and there's a lot of dark humor and stuff in the background as well. There's a lot of human just how we respond to things. That doesn't change when we become vampires. So just heads up, some of the topics may be kind of touchy from time to time. But as you kind of see here, this game is dark. This is about as light as it gets. I have the brightness cranked all the way up. I'm sorry, it's so dark. Like, you might be looking over here, you might be like, oh, those shadows aren't too bad. Yeah, that is nothing to what we're going to be dealing with. So let's just get started here.
What a scene, man. Woo-wee. Then they just plop you out here like a naked baby in the woods. How about that? Look, kiddo, it's probably a lot for you to take in, so why don't you let me show you the ropes? What do you say?
So this real quick here is just the tutorial. You can actually skip through this when you're playing this. However, I would not suggest doing that because you actually do not get the 2 XP you get for going through the tutorial. Strange, right? Who are you?
I'm Jack. What's important is I'm offering help. You make it back from Santa Monica with your hide and we'll trade life stories, okay? Till then, I got about this much time. You in or out?
Sure, okay. I could use some help.
Now, we ain't got much time, but I figure somebody should fill you in on the bare bones stuff at least, you know? Could save your hide. You look wobbly. You even had a drink yet?
Drink of what?
Oh, man, we're popping a cherry here. Oh, you're gonna love this. All right, check it out. Blood, it's your new rack of lamb, your new champagne, plus your new fucking heroin, kid. Get ready, though, because, hey, it's never as sweet as the first time.
What do I do?
Well, down around the corner there, I saw this human. Poor SOB can't find his car.
So, what do I
All right. go down there, casual like. You creep up on them, then bare those little fangs and feed. Don't worry if you weren't captain of the wrestling team or something, because it'll come so naturally you think you've done it 1,000 times already.
Won't he become a vampire then?
Forget that comic book crap, kid. It don't work that way. Now go for it. Be sure, though, and this is important, so listen up. Be sure not to drain them dry, okay? It might be hard to resist, but don't kill them.
Okay. Alright, so on the right side of the screen, that's how much blood we have. Now, blood is used for a variety of things, but most importantly, it is used for our powers. Now this poor guy, he's not even gonna know what hit him. Hi. So at the top of the screen here, you can see how much blood the human has. We're going to feed until it gets kind of low here. There we go. That's probably good enough. Then they go into a trance, because I guess it feels good. And our blood pool is full. Left side is our health bar.
Yeah. Yeah. Hell yeah, you're feeling it. I can see it in your eyes. You're a born-again predator. Feeling that blood bubbling inside you, lifting you up. That's it, kid. That's what it's all about right there.
You know what? I'm gonna say, great. When do I get my cape? Do I get to pick the color?
All right, now, you got the blood, you're feeling all kick-ass, feeling better than your best day living, but wait, it gets better. All Kindred, that's our word for vampire. All Kindred have a few things in common. Things that set them right square above humans on the food chain.
Yeah, like what?
Like sharper senses, a body that can take a beating, and if you play your cards right, eternal life. That's no sure bet, but still, a chance at immortality's not a bad deal. And that's just for starters. Fringe benefits for joining the club.
So I'm going to live forever?
Well, you can still be destroyed, but forget the books and the movies. Garlic, it's worthless. A cross? Pfft, shove it right up their ass. A steak? Only if it catches you in the heart, and then it just paralyzes you. Running water? That's no problem. I bathe. Occasionally. Now, a shotgun blast to the head. Oh, that's trouble, boy. Fire? That's real trouble. Sunlight? Well, you catch a sunrise and it's all over, kiddo. Get it?
Got it.
Okay, now. The fuck is this? Inside me, head upstairs. Beat up.
I can barely hear you. You do that. There's a lot of noise, so we're gonna be heading inside here. Ah, yes. Open sesame. Now, one of the things you're gonna note as I'm moving around, the controls are a little bit janky, I guess is the best way to put it. This is because this is an older game, and you might recognize some of this actually from a little game called Half-Life. Yeah, same engine. All right, so let's grab this little item here. This is a lockpick. And we're gonna need this for picking locks. If you think that you didn't have a life of crime before this, you're gonna have one now.
Down here. Stay away from the windows. Oh, it's a Sabbat raid. Sabbat? They're, Christ, I was hoping to spare you this shit till later. The Sabbat, well, they're mostly mindless, bloodthirsty assholes. That's all you need to know for now, alright?
So, what's up?
The Sabbat got wind of the gathering here, so they figured they'd raise a little hell and put a little heat on the new prince.
What's the Prince of?
No time for political rundown. Job one, get out of here alive. Sabbat might be mindless, but they hit like a Mack truck, like raging savages. Nothing a fledgling like he wants to mess with.
What am I supposed to do?
Shh. Heads up. Back away.
Yeah, I'm sure that he'll never be an enemy of us.
Sabbat bastards. Alright, we gotta vamoose out the back quick. I'll stay and keep a watch out. You get us into the office. The door's around the corner here.
I'm on it. Alright, so one thing that they're mentioning here, we do have a quest log here and different places that we can go. We're currently in downtown. Nothing really else of interest there. Also, I guess I should mention this if I bring that back up again. We also have our info sheet, which talks about, well, us. And our other sheet here, you can kind of see how much experience we have, which is nothing. We can turn on auto level. I wouldn't. How much humanity we have, our masquerade. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff going on there, and nothing that I'm really interested in talking about. All right, so lockpicking is really easy in this game. You just go up to a door. I'm not doing anything. It does it all by itself. What the hell was that? How did you get in here?
Shortcut. Well, nicely done, though. Not exactly an angel in life, were you?
I know how to handle myself.
Cool. Now, if you want a lesson on how really not to act, take notes from those Sabbat assholes. You're a big bad vampire. Yeah, great, congrats. Now keep it to yourself. You go roar and you beat your chest, and that's what you can expect.
Wait, I've still got that list of people from high school. Why not?
It's the same reason you don't let humans see you feeding. It's why the wolf doesn't want the sheep to know he's there. It's also why you don't go juggling dumpsters or outrun the 815 from Sacramento, and it's why you didn't know any of this when you woke up this morning.
Ah, I get it.
Keep our secret, and you make things easier on all of us. We're living in the age of cell phone cameras. Fuck-ups ain't tolerated. Makes sense enough, right? Well, it ain't a casual thing for a fledgling like you.
What do you mean? What could happen?
That party back there with the guy in the suit and the McGilla gorilla? The assholes that put your sire to death? That's the Camarilla. They make a tidy business out of enforcing vampire laws like this one.
I see.
Alright, now don't worry, because I know the area a little, and you know what? I'm glad we're in this situation, you and I. It illustrates a point. You gotta utilize your surroundings.
Okay, but what does that mean exactly?
You do what you gotta do. Theft, destruction of property, breaking and entering. These will be the least of your sins before the night's out. So look around here. We gotta get out the back there through that magnetically sealed door. There must be a key someplace.
I'll find it. Alright, so let me just get out of here. So if you look on the left, there is a gun on top of your health bar. That basically just denotes that we are in a combat zone and we can do pretty much whatever. The password is Chop Shop. Alright, so let's go ahead and activate this. Stop it. The tutorial is annoying. Let's activate this. You do actually have to like type, so just a heads up. And the password is Chop Shop. We could also just hack it if we really wanted to, but we're not going to. Alright, let's get out of here and stop the tutorial. Alright, so here is the Chop Shop key. So let's go ahead and grab it. Wait, Chop Shop key? Well, anyway, it's the key for what we need.
Go. Now take that key card and head out the back. I'll meet you out in the alley there. I'm gonna check out things from topside.
Got it. Alright, I'm gonna ignore that for a second. Basically it's just telling us that we do have a inventory where we've got a wallet, which we have. Your wallet is empty, baby. You're so broke you can't even afford to pay attention. Thanks. We have a key ring, which has various keys on it, and we've got the lockpick. So there you go. Let's get out of here. And we're heading on down this way. Ah! Alright, and we have been wounded, unfortunately. So at this point, we've just taken normal damage. It did show off that little yellow bar. Aggravated damage is not good.
Fucking waste of unlife, these Sabbat vatos. You get winged? Hey, look at them potholes. Those will close up soon enough. Better feed, though. There's someone down the stairs here. It's not the freshest catch, but he'll do.
What's the difference? Blood's blood, right?
Well, when it comes to feeding, it's quality blood you're looking for, not the quantity. Bums and lowlife don't pack the same punch that a healthy, well-bred human will. Juice bags with a pedigree. That's the good stuff. But you gotta take what you can get. You ever had a PhD, kid? Ooh, that's good stuff.
If you say so.
Remember what I said, though. Don't kill them. At least not the innocent ones. You're a monster now. Make no mistake. One of the damned and the fallen. You need to hold on to every last shred of humanity you have.
Let's say I get a little overzealous. What happens then?
An innocent's an innocent. You kill one, even a worthless bum, even by accident, and it's gonna cost you a piece of your own humanity. Bring you closer to that beast you got welling up inside you.
The beast?
The beast? It's always there. It's waiting to take over. When it does, it's like a wild animal wearing your skin. Desperate, scared, reckless. He'll do anything to survive, and it's you that has to deal with the consequences.
So I can't kill anyone? That seems a little restricting.
I said innocent humans. If some asshole levels a 12 gauge your way, you drain him, skin him, and bash in his skull. Self-preservation is a vital part of humanity, after all. My favorite part, in fact.
I think I follow.
The only way to fight the beast is to keep in touch with your humanity, and don't go hungry. It's a fine line.
Got it.
All right, now go feed. Careful, though. He's gonna drain fast.
I'll be back in a minute. All right, so just what he said. There are going to be a variety of bums kind of wandering the area, and they drain really, really quick, which, yeah, whatever. Also, we healed completely while we were talking to Jack, so it didn't really matter.
Not quite as good, huh? You can do worse. There's some rats down the way. You think I'm kidding? You can survive feeding on animals if you can stomach that kind of thing. Ugh.
Worse than a bum's neck? That scarf tasted like old gym socks.
Well, give it a try.
I'll think about it. So you could go actually find a rat. Are they down here? I don't think they're down here. There are some rats. And yes, we will probably end up feeding on rats at some point in time. Yeah, that's them just scurrying around. They do run from you. I'm not gonna feed, I don't need to, but you could because you get a different conversation if you don't feed.
Just couldn't bear it, huh? It's okay. Polite Kindred society looks down on that kind of thing anyway.
I can see why I'm not down with rodent myself.
Keep it down. Got someone around the way here.
Just one guy?
Not too much of a threat by himself, but you never know if there's more in shouting range. You're gonna have to sneak past.
Sneak where?
The building across from us with the garage door. There's some double doors on the far side. I'll meet you inside. Just stay low and stick to the shadows. And don't let him see you.
I'll do my best. See you in a minute.
All right, go.
Okay, well, we're not going to be stealthing at the moment. I'm actually going to go ahead and end this... Really, dude? I'm going to end this episode here. Next time, we're going to finish up this little tutorial. I hope you've enjoyed your quick look into Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. There's a lot more where that came from. We've got a ton of things that we're going to be doing. A lot of story. This game is definitely more story-based than it is combat-based. Sounds weird, but I think that's a good thing. There is like a lot of combat, but it's mostly story. So I will see you guys next time when we go sneak past. I can't even see the guy that we're going to be sneaking past. I will see you guys then.
What a scene, man. Woo-wee. Then they just plop you out here like a naked baby in the woods. How about that? Look, kiddo. It's probably a lot for you to take in, so, why don't you let me show you the ropes? What do you say?
The Reign of Ages plots again to wash away Revelation.
What? Oh, man. And you're a goddamn Malkavian, too. Wow. You really are fucked. Sabbat got wind of the gathering here, so they figured they'd raise a little hell and put a little heat on the new prince.
Tell me of the Jester Prince.
No time for political rundown. Job one, get out of here alive. Sabbat might be mindless, but they hit like a Mack truck, like raging savages. Nothing a fledgling like you wants to mess with.
If not the sword...
Shh. Dumb, frenzied Sabbat bastards. Alright, we gotta vamoose out the back quick. I'll stay and keep a watch out. You get us into the office. The door's around the corner here.
I shall invade this orifice.
Fucking waste of unlife, these Sabbat vatos. You get winged? Hey, look at them potholes. Those will close up soon enough. Better feed, though. There's someone down the stairs here. It's not the freshest catch, but he'll do.
Does blood have vintage and bouquet?
Now, when it comes to feeding, it's quality blood you're looking for, not the quantity. Bums and lowlife don't pack the same punch that a healthy, well-bred human will. Juice bags with a pedigree. That's the good stuff. But you gotta take what you can get. You ever had a PhD, kid? Ooh, that's good stuff.
The thirsty rarely avoid an oasis.
Remember what I said, though. Don't kill them. At least not the innocent ones. You're a monster now. Make no mistake. One of the damned and the fallen. You need to hold on to every last shred of humanity you have.
What if I drain him dry?
An innocent's an innocent. You kill one, even a worthless bum, even by accident, and it's gonna cost you a piece of your own humanity. Bring you closer to that beast you got welling up inside you.
Yes, the dark beast coiled beneath the surface.
Not quite as good, huh? You could do worse. There's some rats down the way. You think I'm kidding? You can survive feeding on animals if you can stomach that kind of thing.
His neck tasted like your breath smells.
Well, give it a try.
I need to floss the flannel from my fangs.